Hello, welcome to episode 9 of CoActive at Home. I hope you're all well and been keeping safe. I want you to look over my shoulder and can you see the rainbow light? In today's episode, there is a beautiful poem spoken by Rebecca all about rainbows and hope and staying home and staying safe. I hope you've all been keeping well and are staying safe and enjoy this week's episode.
Hi everybody! Okay, so today I thought I would read a poem and I was introduced to this poem probably about a week and a half ago, and I just thought it was lovely, and it was talking about all the children, how the children must have been feeling through lockdown and how they'll possibly remember this time. So I thought I would read it to you. It's called The Rainbow Children by Gemma Peacock. The history books will talk of now, that time the world stood still, when every family stayed at home, waved out from window sills. At those they loved but could not hold, because they loved them so. Yet, whilst they did, they noticed all the flowers start to grow. The sun came out, they can recall, and windows rainbows filled. They kicked a football in their yards until the night drew in. They walked each day, but not too close, that time the world stood still, when people walked straight down the roads that once the cars did fill. They saw that people became ill, they knew the world was scared, but whilst the world stood still they saw how much the whole world cared. They clapped on Thursdays from their doors. They cheered for the brave, for people who would risk their lives so others could be saved. The schools closed down. They missed their friends. They missed their teachers so. Their mums and dabs helped with their work. They helped their minds to grow. The parents used to worry that as schools were put on hold, their children wouldn't have the tools they'd need as they grow old. But history books will talk of them, now adults fully grown, those little boys and girls back then, the ones who stayed at home. They'll tell you that they fixed this world of all they would fulfill. The rainbow children, building dreams, they dreamed whilst time stood still. So that poem is The Rainbow Children by Gemma Peacock, and I just really liked it, so I thought I would share it with you. Thanks!
Hello CoActive! Welcome to the art class. We're going to start a new series now. We're going to look at painting and drawing people and faces, which is what we all love doing. I love doing it, I'm not very good at it. So we're going to work on that and find ways to help us to draw people and faces. We're going to start by looking at a painting by Picasso, which is that one. It's called Three Women. You'll find it in your packs. So you'll find an A4, that size, full colour version, and you can study that because you can see the full detail of what Picasso did in his painting. And along with that, we'll have a big faded out version. You can hardly see it, but it's a copy of this, but it's really faded. It looks like it's gone wrong. But I've done it on purpose. And if you get like two pieces like this, it's because it's for you to copy. So we're going to look at this and we're going to copy onto the faded, and the faded version will just give us some guidelines about where to draw or paint things on. So here's Okay, so we're going to look at this painting by Picasso. One of the good things about copying is it makes you look. To draw or to paint something is to really spend some time looking at it. That's one of the best things about it. So before we start painting, let's have a quick look first without painting. Let's zoom in. So Picasso's painting, I don't know what you can notice about it, but what I notice about it, you can see the three people. There's a head and a body, head and a body, and head and a body. So you've got three. Well, Picasso says they're women, but you wouldn't necessarily know. It's very orange, isn't it? There's a lot of orange colours going on, which is quite nice. But the thing I really want you to draw your attention to in this painting is the way he's broken the body down into shapes. So you can see this arm and this leg. See this leg coming out? Well, he's made it into he's made quite a strong triangle shape there. And then there's a bit of a strong triangle shape underneath, and then a line down there. And then around her breast they've got this circle shape there, and quite strong shapes that he's broken it down into. And I think that might be a good approach for us in learning to paint people, is to break it into shapes. Paint or draw. And of course, you know how I love edges, and hasn't he done the edges really well? So here we've got quite a contrasty edge and a dark edge, and that sits on top of that, and that's got a bit of red in it. And then this other corner, this edge here, and how it gets darker against that colour. And then it goes really bright here. I've got lots of lovely edges. I do love that. So should we have a go at really looking at all the different shapes that he's done by copying it? So I'm going to copy it onto there. I'm encouraging you to use paint, but you don't have to use paint. You could use pencils or pens if you wanted to, if you really don't want to use paint. But I'd encourage you to use paint, because you can have more. If you use a felt tip pen and you put red down, you just put red down. But if you use paint, you can make it faded, you can make it darker or lighter, you can play about with it a bit more. So see what you can do. So I'm going to now have a go at copying it, and I'm going to make it a bit the same, but I'm going to make it a bit different. I think that's very orange. I'd like to introduce some other colours. I'd like to use some blue in my version. So you're going to copy that, but make it a bit different. Make it into your own. Okay, I'm going to do that now and fast forward it so that you can see what I do. So we've learnt to break down the figure into shapes, and we've copied Picasso because that's what he did, and we've learnt to do that today, and it's made us think about bodies and how they are made up of shapes. Next time, if you can finish this one off, next time I'm going to provide you with a big paintings like this again, but this time it will be a photograph of some CoActive dancers for us to make shapes out of. So I'm looking forward to that. So have a very good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi CoActive! Right, get up on your feet. I hope you've been doing your DVDs when you didn't have one last week. Right, we're going to get warmed up. Let's start simply. Let's rub our hands together. Get them really warm. Oh, put on your face. Oh, that's great. Okay, rub them together again. Okay, let's rub down our arms. We'll go to our shower. Over the shoulders, under our armpits, down our sides, over our stomachs, or the other side. Oh, can you get down the back of it? Get to that awkward middle bit. Oh, give yourself a rub. Push your chest. All around your neck as well, that feels nice. Your head. Around your face, and it is wherever feels good. Get that face moving. Put it around your hips, around your legs, and those knees. Oh, give everything a rub. Excellent. Down the other side. Marvellous. How's that feeling? Good? Oh, it feels much better. Right, okay. You just have a jiggle. See if you can wobble a little bit. All your muscles off your bones. Your hips and your shoulders. Your face. Okay, let's give it a shake. Shake your arms. Shake to the side. Shake to the ceiling. Shake to the floor. Shake your middle. Give it a shake. Shake your hips. Give your leg a shake. The leg. To the front, to the back, the front, to the back, to the side, to the side. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Okay, we're going to just move everything gently a bit. That's out your head. Give it a move around, wherever's comfortable, wherever it feels it needs a bit of a stretch. Follow me or do your own. Feels good in these shoulders. Move them where. Feel you need them to move. Sometimes a warm-up doesn't need to be anything spectacular. It's just about bringing our awareness back into our bodies. Give everything a bit of attention. Feel where things are stiff. And then to that back. Oh, where does it feel like it needs a bit of attention? Oh, where is it a bit stiff? I'll do a bit of a Jodie stretch. He loves that one. There we go. Lovely. And the hips. Mobilise those hips. I'll get those back and spine moving as well. A bit of a wiggle. They do a lot of work, those hips. Oh, those knees. Bit of a... Tend to see what you can do with them. You pull them up. Ooh, you pull them back. Can you get a balance there?
Okay, in which case, hurry up, where are your socks?
Can you hear my family in the background? Sorry. I'm going to stretch at the back. To the front. There we go. And to the back. There we go, if you can do that. Don't worry if you can't. Do what you can do. Lovely. And even those feet. A bit of attention. Do your hands at the same time. There we go. Give them a bit of attention. Fantastic. Good. Let's do a bit of a stretch, shall we? Should we do our stretches and get our heart pumping a bit? So our stretches, we're going to do 8 up, 8 to the side, 8 to the front, down, through and back. Then we go down 6, 4, 2, and then 1 doesn't really work. We'll have a go, shall we? Right, okay, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Through your legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretching back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and up. 2, 3, 4, side. 2, 3, 4, front. 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3, 4, through. 2, 3, 4, back. 2, 3, 4, up. 2, side. 2, down. 2, through. 2, back. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Do turn around and applause. Okay, that's our warm up. Do you feel a bit warmer? Okay, I'll give you a task in just a minute. Hi. So, last DVD, I gave you the stimulus of Rachel Dean's hand dance. So I hope you did okay with that. I hope you had a little go, even if you just danced along with her hands. So that was your stimulus. That was the beginning of your dance. You used a piece of artwork someone else had done, which was both a song and their hand dance as a beginning for your dance. Now, today we're going to look at I'm going to give you a different stimulus, and this stimulus is going to be some artwork. Now, this artwork will be familiar to you because Jodie has already given you to paint. So we're going to use two paintings. Now, you can choose a different painting yourself, but these are the ones I'm suggesting because I know you've got them. So the first one is one of Van Gogh's paintings, Starry Night. And the other one is a Picasso piece, which is called the Three Women. You have a little look at those. Let's start with looking at the Three Women. So you can see that the Three Women are they're making different shapes with their bodies. So there's lots with their arms. And we've got one a bit lower. Let me look at my piece actually. Let's have a look. I'm just showing you yours, but there's a piece where they've got their arm around, and they're looking at different shapes with their bodies, different levels as well even. This is quite a theme. Wrapping of arms is quite a theme. And their head's interesting as well. They've got their heads at different sides and different positions. And they're all faced straight on. So while their bodies may be twisted, their torsos turn to the front, which is a really interesting position to play with. So what you might want to do for your dance is look at the shapes they're making and copy them. You also might want to come up with some shapes yourself, but maybe give yourself a bit of a rule. So maybe you're not allowed to turn your torso to the side. Maybe your torso has to be, so your head can turn to the side, but your torso has to stay to the front. But you can move your legs. What interesting shapes might that make? So maybe what I'd like you to look at doing is creating some movements, maybe in different levels, that you can transition between. So this would be a beginning motif. So maybe 3 or 4 moves. But the rule is your torso, your chest and your stomach have to stay facing the front. So you can move everything else around. You can go to different levels. What interesting shapes can you create? Okay, and how do you move between them? What shapes do you move? It's got an Egyptian feel actually. Hieroglyphics to it. Okay, so that's the first piece. And what would be interesting about this is maybe putting some of those shapes together with other people when we can be back together again. Now, the second piece we've got is Starry Night by Van Gogh. And what's interesting about this is it's a landscape piece, but it's got a lot of movement in it. It's got a lot of swishing shapes in it. It's got a lot of movement. Like the moon is not still, the moon, you can see the light moving around it. And the stars, they're moving. And you can almost see the wind moving through the sky. And even the mountains, they're moving, they're not still. And in the foreground, I don't know what the foreground is. Like it might be it might be something that's growing. It might be a bit of a craggy rock, but again it looks like it's moving. Yeah, and nothing is very still really. Maybe the only things that are still are the man-made bits in it, but all the natural things are kind of breathing and moving with the light and the dark. So again, I want you to think of 3 or 4 movements that move together. They might travel, and think about how you might think about how this makes you feel, this piece of artwork, maybe how it looks to you. Now I have recorded on the DVD will be a song, Starry Night by Don McLean. But if you are watching this on YouTube, we won't have that because we won't have the permission to use it. So you can look it up yourself, and it's a song called Vincent, and it's about him and about his artwork. So you might want to use that music to dance to. But if you're watching this on the DVD, I will have this with the picture at the end. But for now, let's have a bit of a think about some of the movements. So what does it mean to be still but in movement? Is it a stretching, reaching movements? Are they a foreground piece? Is it looking at everything else? We've got the moon just moving. These circles of movement. Have we got the wind moving? Are we travelling? Are we being the landscape that is changing? Can your body be the landscape that's changing? Yeah, what can you be? And you become a hillside that's moving. Okay, some ideas for you. I will leave it to you to respond to the music and the artwork. And if you've got some ideas that you want to send me, you want to send a DVD, that would be great. Okay, so that's me for now, and I look forward to seeing your pieces of artwork, your dances. Okay, bye bye.
Okay, I want you up off your feet, and so you've got room to stretch. Mel will have warmed you up in the dancing, but we're going to have a go at Mel's lovely warm up of picking the apples, okay? So do you remember it? There's a big apple tree all around you, and you're going to reach up for 8 and pull down those apples, like that, and then you. What Mel and I had not realised is that we had both done the same warm-up, which would be utterly boring for the same DVD. So here's a sped-up version. You can go faster than that, Gemma. Surely, come on, pick up the pace. Oh, you're feeling warmer. You should be. You really should be feeling warm. Okay, let's warm up our voices a little bit. Let's make sure that we massage our faces and give them a good rub. Lovely. So when I do the Facebook Lives on a Thursday, we do some of these new tongue twisters that I've got. Pitter-patter all over. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Lovely. Massage your jaw. Make sure you look silly. I hope you sat at home looking a little bit silly. Now, I've only sat down so that I can see you a little bit better, but you can stand up and do these if you like. Okay, stick your tongue out, and I know you love this bit. And then Anne really doesn't like it. She thinks it's very vulgar. Stick your tongue out. And make some kiss and grin. So, and then grin. And then grin. Push it forward. Push everything on your face forward. And then suck everything on your face back. And then forward. And then back. And then forward. Excellent. But maybe push everything on your face up to the ceiling. It's not easy. And then that way to the left. And go. And then all the way around in a circle. Ridiculous. I do get you doing some daft things. Now, even if you're at home on your own right now, you can speak out loud nice and clearly. And you can open up your chest and really project that voice. Do you remember where your voice comes from? It comes from your diaphragm, which is just here. Now, I would like you to have a go. We'll start with our usual favourite of Barry's, which is, hi Barry by the way, which is the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. The tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Excellent. And I've got two new ones for you. I might have shared them with you before, but we're going to go for them now. The skunk sat on the stump. That's the first line. Now you have a go. The skunk sat on the stump. The stump thought the skunk stunk. The stump thought the skunk stunk. And the skunk thought the stump stunk. And the skunk thought the stump stunk. It's really tricky. I'll say it all together and then you have a go. The skunk sat on the stump. The stump thought the skunk stunk. And the skunk thought the stump stunk. Your turn. The skunk sat on the stump. The stump thought the skunk stunk. And the skunk thought the stump stunk. It's not easy, but well done for having a go. Okay, the next one I want you to do is the one that I'm really rubbish at because I've got lazy lips. And it goes, Wayne watches walruses in Wales. It's quite simple, but when you speed it up and repeat it over and over again, it gets a little bit trickier. So, my turn. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. Your turn. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. My turn. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. Yes. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. Brilliant. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. Wayne watches walruses in Wales. Brilliant. Really well done. Okay, and the last one I would like you to do is, it goes, unique, New York, New York, unique. Unique, New York, New York, unique. Unique, my turn. New York, New York, unique. Your turn. Unique, New York, New York, unique. Now if you say it faster, it gets all a little bit. Unique, New York, New York, unique. 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 Excellent. Right, your lips and your mouth should be feeling slightly more warmed up now. So we're going to have a little sing-song. And we're going to sing, Sometimes What You're Looking For. Do you remember? Brilliant. Okay, my turn first. Sometimes what you're looking for. Your turn. Sometimes what you're looking for. Maybe nearer than you think it is. Maybe nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky. When you're looking so high in the sky. You're missing what's right on your doorstep. You're missing what's right on your doorstep. Right, I'll sing it all the way through and then we'll sing it together all the way through. So, sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. Your turn. Sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. Right, let's try one a little bit deeper so we warm up our lower register, okay? Sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. Together. Sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. That one was for you, David Thomas. Right in your boots, that one. Okay, let's do a nice high one. Everybody give it a go, even if you can't reach the notes. Are you ready? And sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. Terrible. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. All together, nice and high. Sometimes what you're looking for may be nearer than you think it is. When you're looking so high in the sky, you're missing what's right on your doorstep. Absolutely brilliant. I hope you're nice and warmed up now. So, my lovelies, how have we been keeping? I thought I'd share with you some of my best and worst of the week, and I might put in a few photos and show you what I've been up to. I've been working really hard on my allotment. I've been teaching myself new things. I've never been a very good gardener. I like beautiful things, but I find it hard work. So I've been working really hard with my allotment. I'm going to share it now. And I think the other good thing is I've had some lovely family meals with my children and with my husband, Andy. Tricky things, I'm missing everybody. I think that's probably everybody's worst, is that we're not out and about and seeing everybody. And my other really worst is I've got some radishes to plant. I don't like radishes. Anybody want some radishes? If I grow them, does anybody want me to deliver some radishes? Let me know. Okay, let me know your best and worst. It'd be lovely to hear from you. I'm going to share with you a little bit of the writing that we've been doing on a Thursday when we work on the live on Facebook. I would like to share with you the new scene that we wrote. We're about to move on in our story. I don't know what you can remember, but I'll give you a good view of the entire story in a moment. So here it is. Here's our story, our musical that we'd started to work on. And so far, together on a Thursday morning when we do the lives, we've written this bit, and this bit, and this bit, and this bit. This is the bit I want to share with you today, called Chip Shop. And then we're starting to work on these two stories now, where Lily speaks to her sister, and she's not very kind about Cedric. And Cedric's mother meets with his grandmother and tells her that he's going to ask Lily to marry him, because they've been together for a year, and we're going to create a piece of physical theatre for that. And then we've got the rest of the story to write, but we'll look at that later on. So today, I'd like to share with you the chip shop scene. I'm going to share that now. Okay, so just to remind you a little bit of the background, Lily and Cedric are neighbours, and they have met. Cedric's an undertaker and Lily is a florist, and they've met in previous scenes. They met on the doorstep when he took in a parcel for Lily, and they met when Lily went round for a cup of tea, and they've spent a little bit of time together. Now Lily goes on something what's called a speed dating night. And I don't know if you know what one of those is, but it's where you go into a big pub or a big restaurant and you sit there, and boys and girls, or girls and girls, whoever would like to meet up with each other, sit and have 3 minutes to introduce themselves to each other. It's a very strange concept. And then in that 3 minutes, they get to know each other a little bit, and then they move on to the next person. And at the end of it, a night like that, they give each other marks out of 10. It's all very barbaric. Anyway, just before this scene, the chip shop scene, Lily has just come out of the speed dating night, and it's been completely disastrous. So this is what happens, and I'll read it through to you. So Chips, it's called, this scene. Lily leaves the pub and she rushes out, head down, fastening her coat and not watching where she's going. She walks round the corner and collides with Cedric, who's tucking into a bag of chips. The chips go everywhere. Lily. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Let me. Cedric starts to laugh. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Please, really. Lily starts to attempt to scoop up the chips from the floor. Cedric, seriously, it's fine. Lily is knelt on the floor and she looks up at Cedric. Can I buy you another bag? Cedric, I tell you what, you buy me a bag and then I'll buy you one. Lily, deal. Lily and Cedric walk home eating chips from the bag. Cedric, so just to understand, you sit at a table and every 3 minutes a brand new gentleman comes to chat with you and then you rate them out of 10. Lily, they rate me as well. Cedric, oh, well, that makes it less medieval. They both start to laugh. Cedric, did you give anyone a 10? Lily laughs. No, but I gave Robert a respectable 6 because he had a herb garden. They laugh again. This is nice. Lily says, the chips. Cedric, no, laughing. With you. They pause. I don't get much chance to laugh in my line of work, says Cedric. Have you always wanted to be, asked Lily. An undertaker? No, first I wanted to be an astronaut, then a fireman, then an ice cream man. Anything but, really. Lily, then why? Cedric. It was my granddad's business. He left it to me when he died. Lily, do you like... Cedric, like it? Well, I never get any back chat from the customers. I like that I can do the right thing for them at the end. Pause. Cedric, how about you, a florist? Lily, I love my job. I love plants and flowers. I love growing great things from little seeds. I love how individual flowers come together and make something beautiful. My grandmother bought the shop for me. I struggled to find a purpose, a place for me. Sometimes I still do. Pause. Is your grandmother still alive? Asked Cedric. Lily, oh, very much. Cedric, mine too. I was raised by my grandparents. My mum died when I was little and I've never met my father. Lily, sorry. Cedric, don't be, I'm not. My grandparents were amazing. I mean, there were some tricky years when I was a teenager, but... Cedric was my grandfather's name. They arrive at the front door of the flat. Lily, home. Thank you. I had a nice evening. Cedric, I'm sorry you didn't meet the man of your dreams. Lily, my granny talks a lot about serendipity. You know how sometimes the thing that you're looking for comes to find you? I would rate you, Cedric, a solid 8 out of 10. Because you bought me chips. Cedric, wow, 8. How do I graduate to a 9? Lily, buy me breakfast. She kisses him on the cheek and then goes inside. Oh, it's such a romance. So, the next scene that we're going to write is looking at the conflict that comes between them. How Lily's sister doesn't really like Cedric and how Cedric is ready to ask Lily to marry him. Okay, so I'll fill you in on that more next time. If you've got any ideas or want to share anything about it, send messages through, get them back to me, and then I'll make sure that I add them in. So that's it for episode 9. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you got up and dancing with Mel, listening to Starry Night from Vincent. It's just a beautiful, beautiful song. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and I look forward to sharing next week's DVD with you. Take care till I see you then. Bye now.